back to the shop, guys. There is a little project here that I wanted to do with you all. It's gonna be a short video, but I think it's something that might be useful. I had a viewer ask me how I make my own wedges for putting on wood handles, and I've seen a really neat jig that someday I'd like to make. It's just a simple jig that you run through on your table saw, and there's this little notch in there that you can place your wood in, and you can cut, and you just keep flipping your wood. But you have to have a 3x3 square piece. I don't have anything like that. What I have is this 1.25 inch. I've got a bunch of this poplar. I like poplar. I like the softer wedges for this kind of application. A hard wedge will work well, and works okay, I should say, and it is something that I'll do if I want to make it look nice on the top and have that transition from a whiter wood or a lighter wood to the dark walnut or something like that. But the reality is when you put two hard surfaces together, they will slip sometimes, and there are sometimes you'll get a wedge, and usually it's because the wedge is too thick, but it'll go in and slip out, and you hammer it in, slips out. Hammer it in, slips back out, and you can't get it to stick. So that part of that is your wedge may be too thick, so you need to thin the wedge. But if you use soft wood, that soft wood will compress into that hardwood, and it fills all those contours, it fills all those anomalies, all those spots inside there. Because when you cut the kerf in the top of your axe, in the top of your handle, that leaves saw marks, which will actually grab and bite into your wedge. And you can drive a nice size wedge in there and really compress it hard, and it will pretty much fill all those crevices and bond so well that it will be one solid piece there. So let me bring you down here on the bench and show you what I'm talking about. So I like to come down here about 2.25, maybe 2.5 inches, and just make a nice little line. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything. And then what I want to do is I want to take and cut from here down to here and make that wide, make that a nice wide piece. There we go. And then what I want to do is come from here and come straight down, probably right there to right about here. And when I come straight down there, that creates another wedge. So I have this wedge and this wedge, and then from here I want to come down at another angle, probably divide that in half, come down to right about here, which is the other wedge, and then be able to come from here if I want to, actually no, straight down to, I guess right about, I guess I'd come down from here to right there and make my last wedge. Now when I say make my last wedge, this piece here I can take on the sander and create another wedge. It's going to be a little thin. Excuse me, but I think I will make these a little bit wider than they are, and I probably won't have that drop off. And now you got yourself a fistful of wedges all ready to go. Just need to be trimmed up and shaped up for whichever one you want. I like to leave them a little bit thick so that you can always trim them down or sand them down. Otherwise, there you go. We'll put these over here so we'll have them to use next time.